Here we see the drills at the exact same time, targeting the exact same trains at the exact same bus at the exact same locations. That defies any kind of odds or logic, and that's what they passed off as the truth on the London bombings. We got a phone call. Hey, are you with me today?
Good morning.
How you doing today?
All right. I'm just having a problem with some of these conspiracy theories that people are.
Hold on. We're not involved in any kind of conspiracy talk.
No,
this is
not.
all fact.
I'm talking about your callers.
Oh, okay.
And I know you're not, but I worked in the Pentagon during the Korean War, and I was awarded for a suggestion I made about converting cargo planes to have a medical unit so they could get the wounded soldiers back to Hawaii. I also was in federal law enforcement. My niece was working at the Pentagon on 9/11, but she just happened to be off that day. She was sick. And I cannot believe that anybody would even have thought in this world that the government was behind 9/11.
Well, look, can I ask you one question?
Okay, sure.
With regards to the Pentagon, I've been to the Pentagon, and there's cameras everywhere, and there's tourists everywhere, and they're armed with cameras. How in the world did a plane hit the Pentagon and absolutely nobody got footage of it? And the government hasn't released any footage of a plane hitting the Pentagon. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I'm asking the questions.
Well, are you saying that there is a suspicion that the government planned that?
Well, I'm saying that the government's version of the story doesn't logically make sense.
Well, I tell you, the very thing, if I were a terrorist, I would infiltrate, I would be just like the people that are working there. I would be no one would have a clue that I was a terrorist.
Exactly. I wouldn't leave Korans at strip clubs and my cards everywhere like they supposedly
bags at the airport.
I agree with you on that. Well, look at if I was a terrorist, the last thing I would do is come over here and take down America's Twin Towers, because what they've got for that is Iraq totally destroyed and Afghanistan too, so they certainly didn't win. But who did win? The military-industrial complex. They've got all this money now to wage these unconstitutional wars. So, yeah, I'm questioning the government's version of 9/11 because their version has gaping holes in it. I wish I didn't have to. If it wasn't full of holes, I wouldn't be here questioning it.
Well, there's been questions about Pearl Harbor. There's been questions about that Roosevelt knew that was going to happen. I don't believe he did. I don't believe that he knew that they were coming. The intelligence sometimes is controlled by the enemy. They put out false intelligence.
It would have been hard to mask an entire armada of ships approaching Pearl Harbor, wouldn't it?
I'm sorry, what? What was the question?
It would have been difficult for the Japanese to hide an entire armada of ships approaching Pearl Harbor now, wouldn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, it was certainly a tragedy, but how could you even think that the Roosevelt administration had allowed the Japanese to do that?
It's called Key Bono, who benefits. Look at the outcome. 1 million men volunteered the next day for military service.
The History Channel is now reporting this as a fact, and ma'am, we've only got 2 minutes left, so I do appreciate your opinion, and this is a forum for the listener. We're not saying everyone call in and agree with us. If you disagree, your opinion is welcomed here. This is what this program is for, and I certainly do appreciate your opinions, and I invite you to call back anytime.
Well, I just have confidence in America. I'm concerned about the election that's coming up.
Me too.
But when the person who is going to run for president changed his name from Barry, and which is an American name, to the name that he has, that just seems odd to me. And when he has supported so many of the
Well, I agree with you, ma'am. We're gonna have
and all that.
to go, but I do appreciate you calling.
Okay.
This week, on our quote of the week, naturally the common people don't want war, but after all, it is the leaders of a country who determine the policy, and it's always a simple matter to drag the people along, whether it's a democracy or a fascist dictatorship or a parliament or a communist dictatorship. Voice or no voice, the people can always be brought to the bidding of the leaders. This is easy. All you have to do is tell them they are being attacked and denounce the pacifists for lack of patriotism and exposing the country to danger. It works the same in every country. That was Hermann Goering, Hitler's Reich Marshal, at the Nuremberg trials after World War II. Every week we have a poll, and this week the winner of our poll... This week the poll was the yellow-bellied, the traitorous judges in the border guard case, FBI's anthrax story, Obama and Ludacris for the Black House song and statements, all that use tasers unjustly, and Congress for raising again the national debt. And the winner is the yellow-bellied, traitorous judges in the border guard case. Next week, our guest is going to be James Feltzer, professor at University of Minnesota, author and video filmmaker. We're going to be discussing 9/11, and until next week, this is Farron saying, God help us all.